So two things we will be doing today, looking at the worksheets on college placement, math, number and quantity, algebra and functions, and then we'll look at one of the algebra review sheets. I think the one, and we have one problem left on the homework. And let's see, I think that was on, let me bring it up. Okay, so I'll share my screen. All right. Now let's look at, okay. Now this was the leftover homework from last time.
Okay.
Yes, Maureen, do you have that one?
I got look.
That was the one where I said you had to find the area. That was, I emailed that to you. That was the last homework problem from the last time that we didn't get to. And then we have some other problems we'll look at the top of this worksheet.
I think I wrote it, Paul.
You have it?
I'm looking.
It says Sam wants to cover his garden patio
Yeah.
with brick tiles. You have it, Maureen?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam wants to cover his garden patio with brick tiles. His patio measures 15 feet by 20 feet. Each tile is 1 foot by 1 foot and costs $2. How much money will Sam spend if he buys exactly enough tiles to cover his patio? Now the patio is a rectangle, all right? So let me just write this down. Patio is a rectangle. And how do we know that, Maureen? How do we know it's a rectangle?
Because it's 15 feet by 20 feet.
That's right. If it were a square, the length and the width would be the same. So it's a rectangle because the length and the widths are different. Okay. Patio is a rectangle because length and width are different. If it were a square, the length and the width would be the same. Now, Maureen, what's the formula for finding the area of a rectangle?
Okay, you multiply the two sides.
What do you call them? They have names. Length and width, right? So area equal length times width. Okay. So we know that formula. Area is length times width. So we'll say A equal L times W. All right. And this is multiplied. So L multiplied, we use the X times W. All right. Now the length is, now let's just substitute for the length and the width. Copy this. All right. And substitute. Okay. So in the length times the width, substitute length, and I'll just L equal, we'll call it 20. It doesn't really matter whether you call it 20 or 15. Length equal 20 and width equal 15. So just by mental math, you know this is what? What's the area, Maureen?
The area is, let me see.
20 times, that's right. And it will be square feet, right? Because feet times feet is square feet. So that would be 300 square feet. So now we know the area. We know the area of the patio is 300 square feet. Now, if each tile is 1 foot by 1 foot, what's the area of the tile, Maureen?
2 feet.
Are you getting to?
I said each tile is 1 foot by 1 foot.
Well, that would still be length times width. So what's 1 times 1?
1.
That's right. So 1 foot times 1 foot is 1 square foot. So the area of the tile is length times width. So if we substitute, then the area of the tile would be equal to 1 foot times 1 foot. And that's equal to 1 square foot. All right. So now we know the area of the tile and we know the area of the patio. So what do we do next, Maureen? So we're trying to find how many tiles we need, and then we can figure what we pay for those tiles. So how do we find how many tiles we need? The area of the patio is 300 square feet. Each tile that we're using to cover this patio is 1 square foot. So how do you find how many square tiles you need?
By multiplying?
No.
Divide.
Divide. That's right, Alba. Very good. You've got to divide the area of the patio by the area of the tile. Okay, so it's a division, and that would give you the number of tiles you need. So divide area of patio by area of tile to get number of tiles needed. So that would be what? 300 over 1. So let's take that. Let's do what we just said. So that would be 300 divided by 1. And that would be equal to 300 tiles. Okay, now, Alva, if you need 300 tiles and each tile costs $2, how much would you pay?
300 and each task costs $2.
Yes.
So 2 times 3, 6.
That's right. Very good. That's $600. So,
Yeah.
so if you have 300 tiles to cover the patio, the cost of the tiles would be the 300 times the cost of 1 tile. So,
Yeah.
so the cost of tiles equal 300 times $2, and that's equal to $600.
Yeah.
And that is answer D.
D.
You follow, Maureen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah, you had it, 600?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you had to find the area of the patio, the area of the tile, number of tiles needed, multiply the cost of the tile times the number of tiles needed, and you get the money Sam will spend to tile that whole patio. Any questions on number 11?
No.
No.
Okay, now that was the last one on our assignment from before, but we have some other ones here we want to look at. Now, the first one deals with fractions.
Okay.
Right? Now, let me read this. Karen, James, Frank, and Dan were left an inheritance by their late grandfather. Karen receives 1/8 of the inheritance. James receives 1/4 of the inheritance. Frank receives 3/8
Eighth.
of the inheritance, and Dan receives the remainder. And our problem here is to find what fraction of the inheritance does Dan receive. So we need the Karen amount, the James amount, the Frank amount. Okay,
Yeah, and then you add those, right?
that's right. You add those.
Yeah, and you get 3/3.
You get what?
3/3.
How you getting 3/3? Okay.
I add 1/8 plus 1/4.
No, remember you can't add fractions unless the denominators are the same.
Oh, I see.
So you've got to make them all the same denominators, right? So Karen is 1/8.
Uh-huh.
James is what? 1/4. And Frank is 3/8. Okay. And Dan, that's the one we're looking for. So Dan is question mark. That's the one we're looking for. Dan's share of the inheritance. Now, you can't add fractions unless your denominators are the same. So the first thing we want to do is convert fractions to the same denominator. That's the bottom number.
Uh-huh.
All right. So since we have 1/8, 3/8, let's make them all eighths, right? Because 2 of them are already an eighth. So that's 1/8 for Karen. 1/4 is how many eighths, Alva?
2. 2 fours.
Alva.
Afternoon, Miss Barbara.
Hello, Vanessa.
1/4
is how many eighths?
2 fours give you 8.
Alva, how many eighths are there in 1/4?
2.
That's right, 2/8.
Yes.
Yes, 2/8, because if you take 2 divided by 2, you get 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 1/4 is 2/8. So, and Frank, so we're getting them all in eighths. Frank is already in eighths. That's 3/8. Okay. Okay, Alva, what's 1/8 plus 2/8 plus 3/8?
1/8
Plus
plus
2/8
2/8
plus 3/8.
plus 3/8.
Remember, you
That's-
add the numerators. So what does that give you?
Okay, that's 6/8.
1 plus 2 plus 3.
Yes. 1
Okay.
plus 2 is 3.
That's
Plus
right.
3 is
That's
yes.
right. 3 and 2 are 5 or 6. So when you add that, you get 6/8. So if 6/8. Okay. So the total is 1, and 1 is equal to 8/8, right? So how many eighths does Dan have, Alva?
My phone is ringing, Miss Barbara. Just come in.
1 equal.
Yeah. So you're saying how many?
Yeah, I'm saying that James, Frank, and Karen have 6/8, right? But
Yes.
1 is the total, and 1 is 8/8. So how many eighths are left for Dan?
1 is total. 2/8.
Alva?
6. Yes, Miss Barbara, I'm working. it
8
out.
over 8/8 is the total.
Yes.
Right, that's the total for all 4 of them. But
Yes.
3 of them have 6/8. So what's left if you take 6/8 from 8/8?
So it's 2.
Yes, it's 2. 8/8 minus 6/8 is equal to 2/8. Now, your
Yes.
choices are 1/4 5/16, 3/8, and 3/4. So you don't have a 2/8, but 2/8 is equal to what, Alva?
2/8 is equal to 4.
2/8, not 8/2.
1/4.
2/8. We did it with James. James had 1/4, and that was 2/8. So 2/8 is equal to 1/4,
Okay.
right? So that means that the answer A, which is 1/4, so the answer is A,
Okay, 1/4.
1/4, because we simplified the 2/8 to 1/4, and 1/4 is the first answer, A.
Yes.
Mhm. Any questions on that one? But remember, Maureen, you can't add the fractions unless the denominators are the same.
Okay.
So if they're not, you have to convert them to the same denominator, and then you can add them. All right. Okay. Vanessa, you're on mute. I want you to solve 13. Vanessa,
Yes, Miss Barbara.
you're on mute. I want you to solve 13. Read
Is his name Enrique?
Enrique.
Enrique is driving to Texas. He travels at 70 kilometers per hour for 2 hours and 60 kilometers per hour for 5 hours. Over the 7-hour time period, what was Enrico's average speed?
Okay. Now,
Was 7.
so speed is the rate, right?
Mhm.
And what do we know about the formula? How do you find rate? It's distance over time, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, because we know distance equal R times T, D equal RT. So that means rate equal D divided by T. So what would you do first, Vanessa?
What was the rate he traveled? The rate was, what was the rate? He traveled 70 kilometers. That's the rate.
Well, we are trying to find the average speed. So how would you find the total distance traveled by Enrique? He traveled 70 kilometers per hour for 2 hours and 63 kilometers per hour for 5 hours. So how would we find those two distances? Because we need the total distances, right?
I think you add this. I think you add 70 and 63, and you divided it.
You divide.
Divided by.
Yes. Yes. Then you get the
Divided
total.
by 7. That's what I have. Yeah, time, right?
No, how would you find the distance?
You multiply 7 by 2 hours, 70 by 2 hours.
Yes, that's right, Maureen. You have to multiply the rate times the time. So, but you have to do that for both distances, right?
Yeah.
So we'll say distance 1. Okay. So distance 1, just put that in parentheses. So
70.
So what would that be, Vanessa?
70 multiplied by 2.
That's right, 70. And we'll just put km per hour time 2 hours. 2 hours.
Be 140.
That's right. So you see that comes out kilometers, right? So that would be 140 kilometers. So that's the first distance, right? Now, what's the second distance?
Then you multiply 63 by 5.
That's right. Very good. So this is the second distance, and we call that distance 2.
Okay.
All right. And Vanessa just told us that one is 63 kilometers per hour,
Yeah.
times the number of hours, which is 2. Right. So
Mhm.
that's 2.
And therefore that's 315.
Okay. So that's 3 hours, 2
Mhm.
hours. So this one is what? 126?
Oh,
2
You
times
said-
63.
oh, you said, okay, the 2, so the 63 kilometers.
Times the 2 is 126, right?
So 70 times for 2 hours.
Oh,
and then
I'm sorry. The 63 is times 5 hours. Not
5,
26.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. That's 5 hours, not 2 hours.
I know.
Okay. So what's 63 times 5, Vanessa?
315.
315.
315.
That's right. So this will be 315.
So when you add them both,
That's right. And we're going to add those. And what do we get?
you would get 455.
55.
Yeah, 455. That's it. So that's the total
Hour.
distance. No,
Okay.
that's kilometers now.
That's
That's
kilometers, yeah.
because we're looking at distance. So this 415, that would be our
455.
total. Yes, that's right. Sorry. 455. So that would be total distance.
Total.
So we had to add those two distances, right?
Okay.
So let me break. So that would be total distance, 455 kilometers.
Divided by 7.
That's right. And the
We
total,
divide distance by
total,
7.
and the total time is what?
Divided by 7.
7.
So you do 455 by 7.
455 divided
Total
by 7.
is 2 plus, and it says over the 7 hours. We know that. But
Yeah.
that came from adding 2 plus
Yes.
5, right?
Mhm.
So now you know the total time and you know the total distance. So rate would be equal to what, Vanessa?
The rate,
Small r. That's what? Distance over time, right here.
yes, distance over time.
So what was the total distance? 455.
Uh-huh.
And
Divided
by 7.
divided by
7.
7, right?
Give me 65.
He has a of 65 speed.
That's right.
65
Divided by
kilometers.
Yeah, 7. Because the 455 is in kilometers. Okay. The 7 is in hours. So what would that be equal to?
65. 65.
65 kilometers per hour, which is what the rate is. Okay.
I got 65, but I didn't do that. I didn't do mine like that. I do mine simple. I multiply 70 by 2, and then 65 by 3, and add it and divide it by 7. I do mine like a simple math. I didn't do the rate now.
What did you do, Maureen?
I multiply the 70 by the 2 and the 63 by the 5 and add them and then divide by the 7.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, but I didn't do it like how you do it here, like the distance and this, like that. I do it like mental math, right?
Yeah, but you multiplied it, but you just well, it's mental math. 3 times 70 is one
Yeah. It is 2. You got 3,
it's
but
2.
it's 2.
That's right, because
Yeah.
2 is it's 2 times 70, 140, 63, 315.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to do it like this. I just did it for simplification for somebody who may not be able to do the mental maths. Okay. But to get the average, you've got to get total distance and you've got to get total hours. Okay, let's take the underline out here. So 65 is what choice?
B.
B, okay. Answer B. So Alva,
Yes, Barbara, I'm here.
okay. So we're given someone traveling, Enrica is traveling, and he travels at 2 different speeds and for 2 different times. And we want to find his average speed. So we have to find how far did he travel those 2 different times and how many hours it took. Well, they said over the 7 hours. That came from adding the 5 hours for one part of the trip and 2 hours for the other. Now the distance, we had to multiply the rate times the time. That gave us distance. And we did that for both parts of his travel and added them up to get the total. Now that total distance then would be divided by the total time, and that gives you the average speed that he traveled. All right. Questions? Questions 13. Okay. I want you to solve 14. Now, Alva, 14, let me give you 14. You have a pen, paper, you can write it down?
Yes, Miss Barbara. I
Okay,
do.
so write 2x squared
Okay.
plus 2x
X
squared,
squared.
that is x to the second power.
Plus 2x squared again.
No, plus 3xy
3xy.
minus 4y squared.
Minus 4.
Y to the second power, right? That's y squared, okay? So repeat back what I just told you.
2x squared plus 3xy equal
No,
4
minus, no,
minus
4y squared.
Yeah,
Now,
yes.
this is not an equation. This is an expression. Now, I want you to tell me the value of that expression when x equal 2. So write down x equal 2 and y equal minus 4.
Y equal minus 4.
That means wherever you see an x in that expression, you want to put 2. And where you see a y, you want to put a minus 4. So I want everyone to solve that. This is a substitution of the variable. Where you see a x, put a 2. Where you see a y, put a minus 4.
Okay.
So let me just put here. So x, you want to put a 2. So that first one, 2x squared, becomes 2 times 2
Ms. Barbara,
squared.
could you make it a bit bigger, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Let's make this 22. There we go. Okay. So when x is 2 and y is minus 4. Okay. So where you see an x, you want to put a 2. And where you see a y, you want to put a minus 4. So this becomes 2 times, and the y is a minus 4. So that's minus 4. Okay. And the 4y squared, the y becomes a minus 4.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's squared. So Alva, you should have 2 times 2 squared plus 3 times 2 times minus 4 minus 4 squared. Now tell me the value.
Okay, the minus 4 squared.
Right. That's because it says -4 squared, so it'd be a -4 times, and y is a -4, so it'd be -4 times a -4 squared,
So that would be 16.
and then you have to multiply that by -4.
Okay, 16.
So the
multiplied.
first one you have 2 times 2 squared.
Okay, that's 4.
So then you have to multiply 2 times 4.
Mhm.
Then plus, then multiply 3 times 2 times -4. What's that, Alva?
Times 4 is 8. 3 multiplied, what, Miss Barbara?
By 2 times a -4.
Okay, 3 multiplied. 3 twos is 6.
I done that already, so I can guess this in
What's your answer, Maureen?
3
minus
is 12.
A, B, C, or D?
A.
Okay. Vanessa, you have an answer?
Not as yet, Miss Barbara.
Okay. Alva, you have an answer?
Let me see.
Yeah, I would say it's
It's
6
4
squared.
times negative 4 times, right? Let me see. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay, Maureen said A, so I'll put her answer here. Anybody get something different? Tell me.
Lord, I'm trying to do it without my glasses. No, I can't.
Put on your glasses.
Can't even try this one without my glasses. No way.
I'd be lost without my glasses.
Yes. Let me see, 2 times to the second. Plus.
So
nine.
2 times 2 square, Alva, what did you get?
4.
You got
2
two
by 2.
and yeah, 2 by 2 is 4, so that would be 2 times 4, right?
Yeah.
Make that bigger.
Okay.
Okay,
Negative.
so that would be 2 times 4 plus. Now, Alva,
Right.
what did you get from 3 times 2 times -4, Alva?
Yeah.
3 times
2 times -4.
What was Maureen on?
Maureen said A.
Yes, I got A.
Okay,
-8.
I don't have the formula in front of me, so I'm working on the phone. So
did you
you
write
know, I
down?
can-
Did you write it down?
I write it on the book on the exercise here. But what I'm saying, I didn't have the formula what you sent to me. It's on the phone.
Yeah, but
So-
that's why I said to write it down. Do you have any paper?
Yes, I have a book
Yeah,
here.
well, write it in the book. Write 2x squared
Yes.
plus
Which is
3xy
3x
minus
is 9.
3xy minus 4y squared.
X minus 4y.
Minus 4y squared.
Okay.
Then underneath that, write 2. Now for the x, put a 2. So that would be 2 times 2 squared
Yes.
plus 3 times, now xy becomes 2 times -4. So put it in parentheses, 3 parentheses 2 and parentheses -4. Enclose 2 in parentheses and close -4 in parentheses. Then put minus, so the 4y squared becomes 4 times -4 squared. So if you wrote it down correctly, Alva, that would be 2
Yeah.
parenthesis 2 close parenthesis squared plus 3 parenthesis 2 close parenthesis, then parenthesis minus 4 close parenthesis minus 4 parenthesis minus 4 close parenthesis squared. Do you have that?
Yeah, I'm figuring it out, Miss Barbara.
So 2 squared is what? 2 times 2 is what?
4.
Okay, so that first expression will be 2 times 4. Then I
Yes.
ask you, what's 3 times 2 times a negative 4? What's 3 times 2?
That's 6.
What's 6 times a negative 4?
6 4 is 24.
So plus or minus?
Minus.
That's right. Minus 24. Okay. Now what's minus 4 times a minus 4?
A minus and a minus is a plus.
That's right. So what's 4 times 4?
4 4 is 16.
So that would be minus what?
16.
Minus 16. Okay. So that's 4. This will be 4 times 16. 4 times the minus 4. So 4 times 16. So what's 2 times 4, Alba?
4 4. 2 times 4 is 8.
Right, it's 8. So we have 8 minus 24. And what's 4 times 16?
32.
4 times 16.
Oh, 4 times 16. 4 4 4.
2 times 16 is 32, but 4 times 16 would be double that. So what would it be?
Yes, it would be 64.
That's right, 64. So you have that equal 8 and a minus 24 to minus 64 is what, Alva?
Minus 24.
And a minus 64.
Okay. Minus and a minus is a plus.
No, minus and a minus is a
Okay.
minus because you're
A
adding.
minus. Okay, it's a minus 88.
That's right. Very good. So what's plus 8 and a minus 88? A plus 8 and a minus 88.
Okay, that's 2, 16, 6, 96.
No. Unlike
Oh,
signs, you subtract
you say
a
88.
plus 8 and a minus 88.
Okay, so 8 from 80, 80.
That's a negative 80,
80,
right?
negative.
Because you
Yes,
subtract when it's negative. So it'll be
yes.
negative 80 and answer A is negative 80.
Okay, so that's 8.
That's A, right? It'll be clearer when you have your
Yes,
your
because
lesson.
obviously
It's hard for you because you're not seeing this. Yeah.
no, I'm not seeing it.
Okay. All right.
You know how to use the phone, you will see it.
Yeah.
If you know how to use the phone and put it on, you will see everything Miss
Yes,
Barbie
I
did.
will see it, but I'm not. I don't
I
know.
know, I know, I
Okay.
know.
All right. All right. So let's go to number 15. And let's read number 15. Maureen, read number 15.
Okay. We read it off my book. An apartment building contains 5 units consisting of 1 and 2 bedrooms apartment. that rent for 360 and 450 per month, respectively, when all units are rented. The total monthly rental is 4,950. What is the number of two-bedrooms apartments?
Okay, what is the number of two-bedroom apartments?
The
So,
two-bedroom apartment.
any ideas how you would solve this? Well, look what you're given.
So you will put like let X. That's how I put my name. I put let X total for two bedrooms.
Let X equal number of two-bedroom apartments.
And I put Y total for one apartment.
Okay, okay, and then we want to let Y number of one bedroom. Okay. That's right, Maureen. You're starting it off right. That Y equal number. So two unknowns because we don't know how many one bedrooms are two. So this will be one. Okay, let me make that bigger. Okay. Now we know there's a total of 12 units. In other words, one bedroom plus two bedroom apartments is 12 units. And we know what they rent for. And we know the two bedroom would rent more per month than the one bedroom, right? So 360 and 450. So we know the 360 is the one bedroom apartment rental and the 450 is the two bedroom apartment rental. And we know the total rental, monthly rental for both apartments is $4,950. So that's what we're given. So what would you do next, Maureen?
Okay, I don't know if I do it right, but I can tell you what I do.
Okay.
Then I write 450X. You haven't got to write nothing yet. Plus 360. Then I put 12 minus X in quotations equals to 4,950. I know if it right.
Okay. Now, using X and Y and 12, what did you write? The number of two bedroom apartments plus the number of one bedroom apartment is equal to 12. So X plus Y equal 12. All right. Did you write that?
No, I put two bedrooms plus one bedroom equals to 12. So I do it the other way around.
You put one?
I still paying X and I put 450 X plus 360 equals to 12. I write the numbers instead of the letters. I write the numbers instead of the letters.
Well, you have to use the letters because those are your unknowns.
Okay.
So the sum total of the apartments is 12. So if you said X is number of two bedroom apartments, Y is number of one bedroom apartments, then X plus Y is equal to 12.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The number of two bedroom apartments plus the number of one bedroom apartments is 12. Right? And what did you say next, Maureen? You put 450. Tell me what you just said.
Then I write 450 X
Right.
plus 360 equals to 4,950.
Well,
I put in.
Well, 360 is number one bedroom, so that would be 360 Y, right?
Yeah.
Equal 4,950. So we've got two equations and two unknowns. So what did you do next, Maureen?
Okay, I don't know what I do next.
So what's your answer?
I get out. I get up numbers, but I can't figure out how I get them. But I get numbers.
So you got A, B, C, D, or E.
I got E
Okay, so how did you get E?
because let me see. Then I was figuring out, but I don't know how I get it out. But then after I get that right, I say, okay, I get out. After I do that, I get out 90x equals to 45950. But I remember how I get it up. I do it so long. It's a prayer. I do it. You say if you text me, right? So my brain is functioning there to tell you how I get it.
Okay.
If I don't do it the same, if you send it to me, I don't figure out nothing. But that's
Well,
how far I went.
okay. Well, what you could do then, okay, X plus Y is 12. Well, we're looking for 2-bedroom apartments. So we're looking for what? X. So Y, we can put Y in terms of X, right? If X plus Y is 12, then Y equal what? 12 minus X, right? Because we subtract X from both sides. If X plus Y is 12, then Y subtract X from both sides. Y would be 12 minus X, right? Now we can take this, we can substitute. Okay, substitute. Okay, Y equal 12 minus X for Y in equation 1. Okay, this equation here, I'll call this number 1. All right, so substitute for Y 12 minus X. So this becomes, let's make the substitution here in this equation. Okay, so Y we want to put what? 12 minus X. So let's put 12 minus X. And then we just have one unknown, that's X, right? So this becomes, what's 360 times 12, Maureen?
365 days. Okay.
360 times 12.
43.
4320, right?
20. Yeah, 43,
Right.
20.
Oh, okay. So let's just put this here. So 360 times 12 is 4320. 4320. And then 360 times minus X is minus 360X. Okay. So we have 450X plus 320 minus 4320 minus 360X equal 4950. Now, what I'll do is put this all on the next page. Okay. Okay. Now, how would you solve this equation? I still have to put this on the next line. I mean, on the next page. So let's just put that here. How would we solve this equation, Maureen? How would you solve for X?
Okay.
Well, 450x minus 360x is what? 90x, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 90x
X.
plus 4320 equal 4950. Now, what would you do to this equation next, Maureen?
You divide.
No, something you have to
Oh,
do. You've got to get your constants 4320 and 4950 on the same side. So what would you do?
oh. Divide both sides by,
No, you're adding the 4320, so you've got to do the opposite.
divide.
No, what's the opposite of
Subtract.
addition?
Subtract.
Subtract. That's right. Very good. You got to subtract 4320 from both sides. Okay, so let's do that. Make that bigger. Okay, so let's just take this equation, subtract the 4320 from both sides. 4320 subtracted on the left. 4320 subtracted on the right. Plus 4320 minus 4320 gives you 0.
Uh,
So you'll have just 90x left, right? And what's 4950 minus 4320? What do you get, Maureen? 630?
yeah.
Okay.
And then
Equals. And then what do you do, Maureen?
divide it by 90.
That's right. Very good. Then you divide both sides by 90. Both sides by 90. And this
Yes,
will
sir.
become, let's copy that. Okay, so divide, I'll just slash 90 and then divide this by 90. And 90x divided by 90 just gives you x, and this would be 7,
7.
right? And that's
Mhm.
what Maureen got. And 7 is answer what, Maureen?
D.
That's right, small x. So that would be answer E. That's the answer. Okay. So that means there's 7 2-bedroom apartments. Maureen, how many 1-bedroom apartments are there?
5.
That's right. Because if the total is 12, you just subtract the 7 from the 12 and you have 5 1-bedroom apartments. Okay. Now let's look at number 16. Okay. And I'll put that on the next page. Okay. All right, make this bigger. Maureen, read number 16.
Okay. If Manuel deposits 25% of 130 in his savings account, what is the amount of his deposit?
Now, Alva, let me ask you. Now, Maureen just said the percent Manuel deposited of an amount, 25% of 130. How would we find what that amount is, Alva? 25% of 130.
Okay, so you would have to cross multiply.
Well, not cross multiply. Whenever you say percent of something, that's a multiplication. So
Yes.
25%
25% of 100
of $130.
or 130.
That's a multiplication. But you have to
Yes.
make the percent a decimal. But the easiest way would be to make the percent a fraction. So Alva, 25% is what fraction?
It would be 2 point.
No. 25%. Think of a dollar. 25 is what part of a dollar?
25 is 25% of a dollar.
So what would that be in a
1/4.
fraction?
Oh, 22 4 quarters. Okay.
Yeah, 4 quarters. So 1/4 would be 1/4. So the
Yes.
easiest way, now you could make it 0.25 and multiply, but the easiest way would just say 1/4
Okay.
of $130. So Alva, what's 1/4 of $130? What's
So
130 divided by 4?
130 divided by 4.
Yes. You have your calculator?
No, I don't have it here with me.
Okay.
2 into 2, 3 times.
You could do mental math actually.
Yeah, I'm just saying 4 into 30 goes.
It's 130.
Yes,
130.
130. Yes.
130 divided by 4.
Okay, I don't really have my calculator with me here right now.
Well, let's say, what's 1/4
Eh.
of 120?
1/4 of
Of
100.
120.
Mm,
120 divided by 4. That's like saying 12 divided by 4. So
Yeah,
what's 120 divided by 4?
with 30.
It's 30, right? Now
Yes.
what's 1/4 of $10?
$10 is 25.
1/4 of $10? Can't be more than $10. Got to be less.
It get 1/4 of $10. So
What's 1/2 of $10?
$5.
Okay, now take half of $5. What do you get?
250.
That's it. You got your answer. The 130 and the 250. I mean the 20 and the 230 and the 250 gives you 3250.
Yes. So how would you write that now? So,
Yeah, 1/4 of 130, because I said take the 120, the 120, you got 1/4, you got $30, right? But then you had
yes.
$10 left.
Yes.
So I said, what's 1/4 of the
$10.
$10, right?
Yes.
But then I said, well, 1/4 of the $10 is 250. So 30 plus 250 give you 3250. So
Okay.
that's your answer.
3250.
3250. And that's answer what? C.
Mhm.
See, what you can do sometime with the math, you can divide the number into numbers to make it simpler. Like I
So
said,
let's break it down.
yes, that's it, Albert. Like 130 is
Yeah.
equal to 120 plus 10, right?
Yes.
Now, it's easier to divide the 120 by the 4 than to divide the 130,
Yes.
right?
The 30, yes.
Because you get 30, 1/4 of.
Yeah, you get an even amount there.
That's right.
Yeah.
1/4 times 120 is equal to 30, right? Then I said 1/4 times 10. But I'm saying if you take 1/2 of 10, you get 5, and then you take half of that and you
Yeah,
get 250, right? 250.
yeah,
So you can do it mental math, but you, like you say, Alva, you got to break it down
yeah.
into
You break it.
yeah, break it down into numbers you can understand. Like that numbers that simplify it. 1/4 of 120 is just 30, right? And then
Yes,
you had 20, you had 10 left. So you took 1/4 of 10, but say, well, let me just take half of 10. I know what that is. That's just 5. Half of $10 is $5. And if I take half of that, I get 250. And that's how I get 3250.
yes.
Questions?
No, Miss Barbara, it is
All right.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want you to be able to use your mental math because it's really quicker than a calculator.
I know the brain. And
Yeah,
sometimes you have to try to figure out things with the brain instead of the calculator.
yeah. It's a lot simpler sometime to do things mental math, and you can save yourself steps because,
Yes,
like,
ma'am.
I think Vanessa pointed that out, that why should you divide and multiply and all this when mental math you can get the answer. So all right, so it's always good to have more than one way of solving a problem. All right,
Yes, yes.
now we have another sheet we want to look at. Let's see. Let me do a new share. And let's see, we did what? The algebra review. Did we do the algebra review? Oh, let's see, is this the one? Okay, yes. Now let's do another session of college placement, math, number, and quantity algebra and functions. Does everyone see that? The
Well, I
amount,
know you sent it on the phone. I was reviewing it.
the amount of money in dollars. Does everyone see that Paul earns?
Yeah.
Okay, now that's our old what? What equation is that, Maureen? M equals 12.5 H plus 12. What do we call that? That's our old linear what? Slope intercept equation, y equal mx plus b, right?
No.
Now, Alva, we have an equation here. M equal 12.5 H plus 11. Now, M is the dollars Paul earns for his work, right? H is the number of hours he works. So if what he earns, M, is 12.5 H plus 11, let's just put that here, 12H plus 11. H is the number of hours he works, right? So if he worked 10 hours, it would be 10 times 12.5. What do you think that 11 represent, Alva?
12 plus 11. Okay, so the 11.
His
12.
his amount of money he earns, M, is 12.5 times H, where H is the number of hours he worked plus 11. So what do you think that 11, in your own words, what do you think that 11 represent?
I would say, okay, the 12 is the amount of hours. I would say the 11.
The 12.5 actually is the amount he makes per hour. The H is the number of hours
Yes.
that Paul works. What do you think the 11 represent?
The amount that he made.
Well, M is the amount that he makes, but it's
Yes.
divided into two parts, 12.5 times H. The 12.5 is his hourly rate. H is the number of hours he worked. And onto that, we add 11. What do you think that 11 represents?
11 is the amount that he has to get.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Maureen,
know
what do you
one-
think the 11 represent?
I know one is the amount,
I
or
think
one is
11 is
the rate.
I would say 11 is what you earn after the hours.
Yeah, 11 is the amount that's added to his hourly rate times the number of hours. Okay, so you're given Alva, you're given four choices. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 11 in the equation? A says the amount of money in dollars Paul earns each hour. And we know that's not true. That's the 12.5. B
Yes.
says the total amount of money in dollars Paul earns after working for H hours. Well, that's not true. That's the 12.5H. C, the total amount of money in dollars Paul earns after working for 1 hour. That's not true. That's the 12.5. D says the amount of money in dollars Paul earns in addition to an hourly wage. So
I
your
think that
answer
one is
would be
correct.
which
D.
D? That's right, Abba. The answer
Yeah.
would be D.
D. Yes.
Yeah, that's what he earns in addition to his hourly wage. Okay, so that's added to his hourly wage. All right.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the next one. And I'll read it, Ab. I want you to tell me what method you would use to solve it. Jacoby followed a recipe that requires 2 cups of water for every 3 cups of flour. If he used 8 cups of flour, how many cups of water did he use? Now, Alva, how would you solve that? You given 2 cups of water for every 3 cups of flour. Now he's using 8 cups of flour and he needs to know how much water, how many cups of water will he use? Tell me what operation or what method you could use to solve this problem.
Okay. He's measuring.
You said this earlier on another problem, but it wasn't the way we would do it. 2 cups of water for every 3 cups of flour. 8 cups of flour, how many cups of water? How would we solve it? What kind of operation do we call this?
It's
You said it earlier.
oh, I did.
Yeah, it starts with an R.
The average.
No, R, the letter R.
Oh. Well, I know if you like if you're measuring something, you'd have to.
What do you call that setup where you have 3 things and you're looking for the 4th thing? Ratio what? Alva, ratio and what?
You would say quantity?
No, ratio and what follows ratio? Ratio and what?
Don't remember Miss Bowler.
Starts with a P.
Proportion?
That's it, Alva. I know you
Okay.
said that before.
Yes. Proportion.
Ratio and
Proportion.
proportion.
Yes.
Okay, ratio and proportion. Now, ratio is just a fraction, right?
Yes.
Okay, ratio is just a fraction. And you can write it as a fraction, or you could write it with a colon, like you could say 1, you could say colon 4, and that's
Yes.
the same as 1/4. Okay, that's
Yes,
the ratio. But when you set two ratios equal, that's called ratio and proportion.
yes.
So, okay, so when you set ratios equal, set ratios equal, that's when we get ratio and proportion. Now, let's take the problem we have and set up our ratio. Now you have 2 cups of water. Let's just put 2 cups of water for every 3 cups of flour. So that's one of our ratios. The other one is the 8 cups of flour, and we need to find how much water. So one ratio would be 2/3, right? 2,
Yes.
and we'll just put that over 3. Let's see. Okay, so this would be 2/3. Let's put out 3 underneath that. And that's equal to, now let me just put water here. All right. And then the 3 is flour, right? Because you've got to make sure you have these in order. Okay, so this is equal to, and we're looking for what? Water. So we'll call this N. We're looking for N cups of water, and our flour is 8. So let's just underline here and put 8. This would be 8, and that's flour. So you could have water over water and flour over flour, or you could have water over flour and water over flour, but you have to have them in order. So 2 cups of water for 3 cups of flour. In, that's what we're looking for, our unknown, for 8 cups of flour. Okay, so let's just bring that up. Okay, now, Alva, we solved this. What do we call this when we multiply numerator times denominator and numerator times denominator? What do we call that?
Numerator.
Yeah, we have a ratio and we want to solve it. We call that what? Cross what?
Cross multiply.
That's
No?
it. Cross multiplication. Very good.
Yes.
See, you know this, Alva.
As I said, it's because I'm not really
Yeah, I
have
know.
it in front of
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you see it's coming back to you, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you do your cross multiplying. That's mean numerator times denominator, numerator times denominator. So you get 3 times n, and that gives you 3n, right?
Yes.
And 8, that's equal to 8 times 2. Okay, what's 8 times 2, Alba?
16.
That's right. So this would be 3n equals 16. So if 3n is equal to 16, how do we solve for n, Maureen?
Okay, we divide
Divide what?
by, let's see,
We're looking for n, the amount of water, cups of water.
divide both sides by 3.
That's right. Both sides by 3. Okay. So do that, and what do you get?
I get 5 1/3.
That's right. Very good. So we divide both sides by 3. So we put 3 on the left
And 3
On the right.
3 on the right. That's right. And 3 in the 16 is 5 times, and you have a remainder of 1, right?
Yes.
So we put here a 3 and here a 3. Okay, bring this up.
2 seconds, Miss Barbara, I have to go to the restroom.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Oh.
So we get n. Okay, I'm on the other side, equal 5 and 1/3, because it goes 5 times a remainder of 1. Okay. What answer was that, Maureen?
I can't see the answer.
Okay, let's bring it up. Okay. 5 and 1/3 is C.
See.
Right, so that answer is C. Answer C. That's our answer. Okay. Make this bigger. All right. Okay, solve number 3. You make it bigger.
Oh, Vanessa.
Everybody.
Oh, everybody. Okay.
Okay, solve number 3.
Make sure the volume is.
Remember your PEMDAS, you can do your parentheses first.
Okay.
Do parentheses first.
I
Alva, you
am back.
okay,
Yes.
Alva, write 4.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah,
Write the number 4, parentheses,
yeah.
left paren, and put x plus 5.
X where?
No, just x plus 5.
Oh, X plus 5.
And then right paren
Yes.
plus 4x plus 8
4X
plus 8.
plus 8. Yeah.
Now read back what I just told you.
4 parent,
Yeah.
left, right, parents.
Left paren,
X plus 5.
then right paren,
Yes.
and then plus,
Plus,
what's
yes.
next? What's next?
Plus 8.
No, 4x,
Oh, plus 4X
and then plus 8.
and plus 8.
So, so read back what you wrote.
4 right parent.
Left paren.
Yes, left. Yeah.
And then what do you have in parentheses?
X.
Plus 5.
Yeah, plus 5.
And then the right paren.
Yeah.
So x plus 5 is in parentheses. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what else do you have?
Plus 4.
Plus 4x.
Yeah, plus 4X.
And then plus 8.
Plus 8.
Okay, and read it again.
4 parent
Mhm.
C
Keep going.
plus
No, x plus 5 is in
plus
parentheses.
5 parents. Yes, that is
Okay.
in parentheses. Yes.
That's right. And then what's next?
Then you have plus 4x
Mhm.
plus 8.
Okay, so I want you to simplify that. Now remember PEMDAS, you do your parentheses first, right?
Yes.
So that means 4 is multiplied by everything in the parentheses.
Yes. 4 multiplied by x, that's 4x.
That's right. And then 4 times the 5.
4x and 4 times 5.
Right.
4, 5 is 20.
That's it. So you have 4x plus 20, that takes care of your parentheses. And then you
Yes.
have 4x plus 8. Now combine your like terms.
Yes. 4 plus 8, that's 12.
What do you add it? You've got to add all your x terms and then add your constants.
Yes, x. So x and x, that's 2x.
No, you have a 4x and you have a 4x, right?
Yes,
And what's 4x plus 4x?
that 8x.
That's right.
Yes,
And then you have 20 plus 8.
yes, that's 8x and 20 plus 8. Yeah,
What's 20 plus 8?
28.
Okay. So now factor that. What's the common factors in 8x
2,
and 28?
20 would be, well, you could get 5 too. That is
No,
10.
what are the common factors of 8 and 28?
Oh, 8 and 28.
Yeah, well, like 8
Oh,
is what two numbers multiply to give you 8? What two numbers multiply to give you 28?
okay, so I would
Which
say,
of those are the same, have the same factors? What are the same factors?
I would say 14.
No,
2.
I would say, yeah.
no, I'm asking for factors, Maureen. I'm asking for
So
factors.
what factors multiply to give you 28?
Okay,
And
that's
so
plus
give you 8.
20
It's
plus 4x plus 8. Okay. So when you multiply that out, Alva, you got 4x plus 20 plus 4x plus 8. So when you combine the like terms, you get 8x plus 28. Now, what I was asking you, Alva, is what are the factors that are common for 8 and 28?
Okay, so 8
Another way I'm asking you is 8 is equal to what two numbers can you multiply and give 8?
2 fours.
4 times 2, right?
Yes.
4 times 2, right?
Yeah.
Now, 28, what two numbers can I multiply to get 28?
Okay. So, 2 times 14. 2 times 14.
Give me two more numbers. Yeah, 2 times 14 is 28. But give me two more factors. Two more numbers I can multiply and get 28.
Okay. 2 and 10.
2 times 10 is what?
You say 2 factors that can give you 28. So
Yeah,
I say
that
you
means
can
you,
multiply 2 times 10 is 20
No,
and 2.
no, it can be but two numbers. 2 times 10 is not 28.
Okay. 2 times 14. 2 times 14.
No, you got to
You
divide.
you gave me that one, but I said I don't want that one. I want
Oh,
another
you don't want
two
that one.
factors. I want another set of factors. And the reason
Okay.
I'm saying I don't want that one because we're trying to match an answer here. So what other two numbers can you multiply to give 28?
4 sevens.
That's it. 4
And
7.
7.
times
7.
7. So we see that 8 and 28 has in common the 4,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So when we look at our answers, we see that factor in answer 8.
Yes.
Because 8, if I factor out the 4, right here, say factor out number 4, right? So if I factor out number 4 from here, let me just take 8x plus 28 and factor out that 4. That's why I wanted you to give me another set. Because if I
Yes.
factor out the 4, okay, make this bigger. Okay, now 4 to 8 goes 2 times, right?
Yes.
And 4 to 28 goes 7 times. So if I take this number and factor out the 4, I'll have what? 2x, and factor the 4 out of the 28, I'll have 7 plus
Yes.
7. And that matches answer A.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know, Maureen. You gave me the answer, but I was looking, I wanted Alva to give me the factors.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
remember, she's not seeing this.
No, I'm not seeing it. I'm just.
Okay, so that's why I wanted you to give me another set. When you gave me 14 and 2, I wanted the 4. And what you gave me was perfectly good factors, Alva, except we're trying to match one of these answers. And the answer has the 4 as a factor. Okay, so 4 times 2x is 8x, 4 times 7 is 28. So the answer is A. Questions?
Okay, that is good, Miss Barbara.
All right. All right. So the
I
factor
hear,
is,
I hear Vanessa.
yeah, Vanessa's on mute. I think she's,
I'm here.
all right.
Stay quiet.
All right.
But I'm not doing much today.
Yeah. Okay, number 4. Somebody give me an answer.
Okay, I can't give you. I'm not seeing it.
Okay. Which are equivalent here? Okay. Okay, that's x to the 3rd times x to the 2nd raised to the 5th power. You know, let me see if I can make this clearer. X, and let me put 3. Okay.
So that is C, Miss Barbara.
You said C? How did you get C?
Uh,
This is what, 5 or 3? 3.
Well, this is a
3x.
x to the 3rd times x to the 2nd, all raised to the 5th power. This is
Everything.
everything
Okay.
raised to the 5th power.
So
Okay.
therefore you have to, you
5.
add the,
So what did you
add,
do?
I think you add the powers.
Yeah, add the powers of exponents. That's what you do when you multiply. So
Yeah,
x to the 3rd times x to the
that is
2nd gives
5.
you what?
And you do
Oh,
5 times.
okay. So add So
So x times 5 times 5 times 5 is
exponents
5, 25. Yes, you see.
for multiplication. So you add the exponent. So what Vanessa did, she added 3 and the 2 and she got x to the 5th, right? So that would be x. And let's put our 5th power on here. Okay, so that's x to the 5th power. See, small x. And then this whole thing is to the 5th power. So x to the 5th. And let's just put that. And then all of that is to the 5th power. So let's just put that to the 5th. And 5 times 5 is what?
25.
25. That's the answer. Okay, so x to the 5th raised to the 5th power give you x. And then we put 5 times 5, and that's 25. And that's answer C. Just remember the rules. When you're multiplying exponents, you add the powers. All right, you add the powers. And if you're dividing, what do you do with the powers, Vanessa? Subtract. Like division, you subtract the powers. Multiplication, you add the powers. But
They
they
like
must
to
have
bring
the
these
same, they have the
For the
same base.
task, for the task, maths test, they like to bring these.
Vanessa,
Yes, yes, Ava.
I was saying congratulations. Did you make it?
Yes, I did. Thank
I,
you.
I,
Yes.
I sent it out to everybody. You get it, Alva?
Yeah, she sent it.
Yes, I did, but
Yeah.
Yes, she-
okay. That's
Yes,
wonderful.
she
Yeah.
nailed it. She made a high
Yes.
score.
Yes.
Okay,
She thought it was too easy.
well, you know, that is good, girl.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Good, yes.
you will get it.
Oh boy,
Yes, I
that
did it.
No,
that
they're gonna send it for you, right?
Yes, I'm gonna send my diploma.
Right, right, yes.
Yes.
So are you planning to go into something?
it's gonna be a RN.
Oh, okay, that's nice, girl.
Yeah, she's gonna do her nursing.
She's
You know,
going to do her nursing to help some of the COVID persons.
you know, Miss Barbara, if I was a young girl, that's what I would choose too.
Oh yeah, the health field is the way to go because
Yes.
they need so many people in the health field. They, they have a shortage,
Yes,
I
right
know.
now.
They have a shortage now because several people retired.
Yes,
Yes,
and some now are doing the traveling nursing.
Yeah,
where
they're doing the
getting paid
travel.
even more.
That's right. And you can set your own hours when you're a nurse.
Yes, you
yes.
And
can.
if you want to work 4 days a week,
Yes,
3
12 hours.
days a week, you can set your own hours. They just glad you're there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can set it, you do your 12 hours at one, and then you can do the hubs, the vaccine hubs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a great career. It's a great,
Yes.
and it's portable. You can do it they need nurses everywhere.
I know.
Everywhere.
But
don't-
the thing about it now, Miss Barbara, they are mostly using the younger ones.
Not really. They're
The younger
calling
ones doesn't have the experience.
they're calling retirees
Yes.
out of retirement to come back.
Yes.
No,
My
Alva, maybe
age here now.
Alva, Alva, you would get hired if you wanted to work. I tell you, you would. They'd give you the little refresher and you'll be right in there because they
Yeah,
have a shortage.
Yes, it's really,
They've been turning people away from some of the hospitals because they don't have enough staff.
yeah.
I know, but I couldn't. The thing about it, I feel that the younger people are more quicker. So they would want to take them more than the older ones.
No, if you have that
No.
experience, they take you because experience, they look at that, you know.
Oh, yeah. They
Mhm.
look at the experience.
Well,
And
I
I'm
have
a nurse from
experience.
back home.
Oh, you was a nurse back home?
Yes, I only say to my
Huh?
Miss Barbara knew. Miss Barbara
Huh?
knew and Miss Eccles
yes,
knew. Yes.
yes.
Yes, it's just my license I have to get.
He just had
No,
to
Yeah.
get a
no.
license, but she needed a US diploma. You know, like
Okay.
she's
Yeah.
got
So,
education in our own country, but she had to have a US diploma.
Diploma.
so what I'm asking you, if you was a nurse over there.
Mhm.
Okay. So you send for your transcript?
I have everything.
They
Everything is
have
in the
that.
Board of Ed. Everything is
That's
there.
all up. That all the state has all that. She just had to do her high school diploma, and she's off and
Okay.
running.
So you might, it wouldn't take you long to get it.
No, I have to do the nursing board though. I have to do the state board exam to get my
Yeah.
Yes.
license
Well,
here.
yes. Yes. I am happy for you, girl.
You
Thank
will
you.
get it.
Thank
Huh?
you.
Of course,
Oh, yeah.
that's gonna be an easier hurdle than the task. But
Yeah, well, you
Yes.
know,
I think so.
the state board, they say it's hard, but if you put your mind to it, you will get it.
No, the
But
thing about it is that you have to be committed, really
Yes,
committed to do that. And
yes.
so that's what I'm doing. I'll start it in January. I'll start the review in January.
You can even start study from now too.
Oh, please. I'm going to Guyana on Saturday.
Ah, you're
oh,
going on
you're
vacation?
gonna be gone for a while, right?
Yes, I'm going
You
for
got
2 weeks.
somebody getting married, right?
Yes, yes, my nephew is getting married on
Yes, yes.
Um,
Mhm. Oh, that should be really nice. How's the weather
Uh,
in Guyana now?
it's hot. Well, right now it's raining, but because
Okay.
remember it's a tropic, so we would
Uh,
always have either sun or rain. It's
oh,
rainy.
okay.
December into January, always rain.
But you don't get snow.
No, no snow. You don't cold there. You're always hot there.
Okay.
What part of Guyana are you from?
I'm from the country area. I'm from the Essequibo Coast.
I was reading up the geography book the other day with the Guyanese and the Indian Guyanese and Suriname, right?
Suriname.
Yes. You know, sometimes I get into the book and read a little bit to keep my brain going.
That's nice.
All right.
But my grandchildren, they're Guyanese and Jamaicans.
Wow, that's good.
You know,
Congrats.
my daughter married a Guyanese.
Okay.
Yes, so they went there, and you know, he also have home in Guyana.
That's good. That's good.
Mhm. Yes,
That's really nice. Oh,
yes.
okay. We're gonna do one more problem, and then the other will be homework.
Okay.
Number
as you
five, and
say,
number five is mental math.
Thursday I will do much better. I'm not focusing too much today.
Okay,
you focus very
that's
good.
all right. You did very well, Alba.
Yeah.
Okay.
Considering you don't have, you're not able to see the screen and all. You did very well.
No, no, not
Mhm.
at all.
All right, now it took Khalid 90 minutes to complete 40 tasks. Which of the following is an equivalent rate? And that's mental math.
It took Kali
90 minutes to complete 40 tasks. So your question is, how long would it take to complete 10 tasks?
10.
90 minutes to complete 40. That's mental math, right, Maureen? Mental math.
That's a C.
You said C,
Yes,
90
C.
minutes to
and I
complete.
said it's not C.
That is not C. It's not. Wow.
90 minutes to complete 40.
Let me see.
So how many minutes complete 10?
Well,
10 is, no, 10 is what proportion of 40?
When 10 is
4,
4.
Not 4, 1/4.
1/4.
Yes, 1
So
4.
what's 1/4 of 90?
Okay.
4,
Maureen, what's 1/4 of 90?
1/4 of 90. Half is
Five. I know it's not
45.
that. It's either B or D.
I don't, Maureen, you giving me multiple choice.
So therefore it's
I'm going to
B.
work it up with my
It's B,
calculator.
that's right,
It's
Vanessa, B.
B.
Not on your
It's B.
calculator, this was meant to
In your
math.
brains.
Maureen, this was
Yes.
meant to math.
So what it is?
Half of 90 is 45.
Well, 90
So
minutes to
40.
complete 40, right? 90 minutes to complete 40 tasks. Now, all the answers says 10. So 10 tasks is 1/4 of 40. That means it's going to take you 1/4 of 90. So 1/4 of 90, 1/4 of 90.
Is it 2/5? No.
No, 1/4 of 90 is 90 over 4, and that's 22.5.
0.5.
That's what I say, it's math, because all your choices say 10 tasks. 10 tasks in 0.9 minutes, 10 tasks in 22.5 minutes, 10 tasks in 9 minutes, 10 tasks in 2.25 minutes. So you just say, well, I'm doing 1/4 as many tasks. It's going to take me 1/4 as many minutes. So 90 divided by 4 is 22.5, and answer B.
Okay.
That's mental math, all
Yeah.
mental math. You could have set it up ratio, but you didn't have to because they gave you 10 or 1/4 the number of tasks. So it's going to take you 1/4 the number of minutes. Got it?
Okay, Miss Barbara. See you Thursday for the
Okay. All right. Now, the other problems I'll put on for your homework. Let's see, this was, okay, we stopped at 5. So I'll have you do 6, 7, 8, and 9. Just 3 problems, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So right here, let me just put here homework, because you'll get this. I'll send you this.
Okay.
Okay, so your homework, just make that bigger.
5, 6, 7,
So
8,
your homework is going to be 6
6, 7, 8, 9.
problems. 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'll
9.
send you the others, but I'm just giving you 6, 7, and 8.
You said 9.
Oh, okay, you want 9? Yeah, but I was
That's what
just
you
giving
said. You said you can give
okay,
it.
6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so 4 problems, 6,
Mhm.
7, 8, and 9. Now,
I should say my leg and do my car. If I don't do it, now my brain is not function.
okay, so 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now there are other problems. I'll just probably send you the whole thing. So if you feel like you want to do some of the other ones, because it goes up to 20.
Okay.
All right, any questions on anything we went over?
Uh-uh.
All right, thanks for joining. Enjoy
You
the
too.
rest of the day.
You
Take
too.
care.
Okay,
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas. Happy New Year.
all right.
Okay. Enjoy yourself when you go to GT.